I've got a lot of notes, so here I go. These are my notes for my August 2026 reading of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. This is my copy I got back in approximately August 2000. It was initially published July 2000. Today's Monday, 24 August 2026. So approximately 26 years later. And here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, talk through my book and reading notes from my August 2026 reading of a book about a young male wizard attending a particular magic school for a 4th consecutive year. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling, illustrations by Mary GrandPré. This is July 2000, First American Scholastic Press edition hardcover, ISBN in the video description. I started the book on Friday, 14 August 2026 and finished the book on Monday, 24 August 2026. It's 734 pages. It took me 11 days of reading. I read 50 pages Friday, 14 August, 70 pages Saturday, 15 August, 50 pages Sunday, 16 August, 150 pages Monday, 17 August, including 91 pages during an oil change / maintenance for my car, and then 10 pages Tuesday, 18 August, which included 3 pages while downloading a software update for my computer. And then 100 pages Wednesday, 19 August, 50 pages Thursday, 20 August, 50 pages Friday, 21 August, 100 pages Saturday, 22 August, 54 pages Sunday, 23 August, and 50 pages Monday, 24 August. So here we go. Some of this might be painful, some of it might not. My notes. How many men live in a state of denial that Harry Potter was invented by a woman? Jealousy is an interesting thing. The Divergent series was invented by a woman. The Hunger Games series was invented by a woman. 2026 film Supergirl was invented, directed by a man. My dad, my father, my Craig. This book is a little slow in developing its plot. Through page 150, it had not really mentioned going back to school, and the side of the bookbinding reads year 4. Perhaps now that I'm an adult, I am figuring out how to describe it better. While the book was better as an adult, same 3 out of 5 rating, though, I think the reason I am not exuberant over this book then nor now is that the plot kind of gets lost a little. It's like the author J.K. Rowling, she, her, hers, gets distracted by her own magical candy, so to speak. Perhaps this is a bias of mine. I prefer school to sports. Quidditch, a magical sport in this World Cup, features prominently in these early pages. This is through page 150 again. Perhaps the author was going for an abrupt transition to the start of school, like how the start of school can actually feel abrupt in real life. Page 149, the plot revisits a relevant prediction from a professor at Hogwarts the previous year. Here comes school, ? A prediction that Tom Riddle / Voldemort would rise again, which is addressed pre-page 149 with a sign of his killings displayed high in the sky at the aforementioned World Cup. Page 151, Hogwarts is mentioned, plot starts transitioning. So since it's a book about going to magic school, that the magic school part doesn't really enter the plot until approximately page 151 there was a lot of other stuff, okay, at least early on. So the prediction turns out to be true later in the book. This plot develops via nightmares, predictions class, and the scar in the shape of a lightning bolt on the forehead of Harry Potter throbbing occasionally. In person later, so that's how it develops, and then in person later, and once Tom Riddle / Voldemort had risen, dark mark tattoo-like designations on living followers became activated. And so some of the stuff pre-school gets looped in through the rising of the person who kind of exploits the school angle to rise. So those kind of plot lines are brought together, though it's still distracted from the school part. I'm biased, as I said. I like school more than sports. Okay. So friends / foes are consistent with previous books. More prominent role for family of main male friend Ron, and Neville is the character that gets more page time. Harry even lives with Ron and his family for part of the summer at their magic estate, a step up from living in a cupboard under the stairs at his non-magic aunt and uncle's house in book 1. His female network expands ever so slightly beyond his main female friend and bookworm Hermione. Yes, the plot even specifies this pronunciation. It came up in relation to a big deal / big name athlete. In this book, she got called a Scarlet Woman by friend Ron, page 513. Faux Draco, his honchos, and his family / their families get more prominent roles as well. This book solidified Draco Malfoy of Slytherin as the handsome stud from my perspective. Classes for the most part continue from year 3, a new defense against the dark arts teacher again, and a focus of curses. Harry Potter learns his fame comes from being the only person to survive a particular curse. Predictions class, magical creatures, herbology, plants like magical botany. So herbology is like plants like magical botany. Botany is the study of plants in non-sorcery world, so this is like magic that. Although, you know, I like physiology and zoology, so I think they're magical on their own without the magic of Harry Potter. And charms are frontline important. So those classes are frontline important. There are other classes are part of the curriculum and talked about, although are not as central in plot. The professor of the predictions class, a female, perhaps that is a male physics professor in my life story. So I'm kind of starting to contextualize book 4 with things that have happened in the 26 years since, approximately, at least for this book, since this was initially published. School year included a Triwizard tournament held every 5 years, then discontinued because it became too dangerous, so brought back with an age-gated approach. The structure: 3 schools each have a champion chosen from a selection of students. The champion from each school competes against the others in 3 tasks to determine a champion across/for all the schools. Somehow, Harry Potter ends up as a 4th entry, which gets honored by the school due to the magical abilities/history/reputation of the Goblet of Fire, magical goblet, in selecting the champions to compete. Task performance is evaluated by a panel of 5 judges. Winner across all tasks is the winner, which includes a monetary gold sum. Across the 3 schools and 4 champions, 3 are male Quidditch players, which is a magic sport, all the same position of seeker, and 1 is a female cheerleader termed Vila in the book Descendant. So I gave this book a rating of 3 out of 5 stars, same in 2000 as now, 2026. 1 out of 5 stars through page 150. So they're the pages I termed, from my perspective, distracted. A little by its own magical candy. So when I initially read it in August/September 2000, I had to wait until my birthday was celebrated at the end of August to get my copy. My adoptive sister read it slower, but started earlier. She finished before I even started, if I'm recalling correctly. Torture me, the adopted one, and having me be the one to wait. And then the book was not worth the wait. I dubbed it the worst book ever written. It is still so bad. And good bad, as I still have it and I'm still reading it. Yes, I've become, and always was, a bit objective with the bad books. It's like, for my taste, it's a bad book, but I can still give it a 3 out of 5 stars. So it's a sign of being objective/non-prejudiced. I identify my bias, that kind of thing. This is one of the books I read growing up that helped me realize how much more I loved nonfiction than fiction. This book in particular was key to defining my identity, yes, at 7 years of age, of preferring honesty and nonfiction to long, drawn-out and evasive fiction. And after page 150 in the book, I read pages 220 through 311 during an oil change/maintenance for my car, and the experience helped me adjust my attitude to more positive. I'm happy I took this book to read. I read pages 321 through 323 while downloading a software update for my computer, and realized this is a good book to read while waiting in more than one setting. Is there anything else I can say? Not in my typed up notes. It didn't squander its 734 pages. They through this one and the next one, they get longer, and then it goes to shorter again with the 6. So these are the original 7 Harry Potter books. That this is the book 4 of that. It gets shorter again at book 6, but it did not squander its pages. It added stuff, and then added detail as well. But the next one, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, book 5. This is my favorite Harry Potter book. It retains that as of filming this. So anyway, those are my notes for. So up next is a book announcement, and then for my book reading list. We'll see, tomorrow or the next day, perhaps. We'll see. But these are my notes for my August 2026 reading of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling.